Welcome back to episode number 18 of Parenting Roadmaps. For adults, we've already made this journey through childhood. As a parent or caregiver, you now have the opportunity to travel down this road again, but this time in the passenger seat. With a good map, perhaps you can be better able to provide support and guidance to your child along the way. And here enters Parenting Roadmaps. Your ability to better provide support can simply come from having a better understanding of the whole picture of child development. And sometimes to see the whole picture, you have to dig deeper, and that's what we're going to do today. Dig a little bit deeper to learn more about your child's growing ability to communicate. The speech and language domain, digging deeper. On the surface, what we see in our everyday lives, this ability to communicate, is truly awesome and seems relatively simple. However, what often goes unnoticed are all the skills needed to support your child's communication. And I thought taking a look at a plant today would help illustrate this point. Above the ground, we have the plant, stem, some branches, and leaves. Let's think about what you could consider as the plant, the above ground section of your child's ability to communicate. These growing communication skills during the preschool years allow your child to develop a variety of relationships, including friendships. These new skills help them to learn to follow instruction and empower them to know when to ask for help. Children can understand limitations, which is important for staying safe. And at the end of the preschool years, as the shift to more academic work comes on the horizon, your child's ability to communicate, to comprehend, allows them to make the most of the learning opportunities ahead of them. These developmental accomplishments are all of the above-ground growth that you can see as your child journeys through childhood. What you may not be aware of is the complexity of all that is happening below the surface. The numerous factors and components that go into supporting and feeding your child's ability to communicate. So let's dig deeper and look at what are considered some of the basic components of language. The study of language development is very extensive, and if it's something that interests you, I'd encourage you to dig even deeper and explore. For today, I'm going to try to keep it fairly simple, but hopefully meaningful for you, the parent. A good starting point to appreciate the complexity of language development is to think about what makes up language. Components of language from smallest to largest elements are sounds, words, phrases, and sentences. Language development begins with our ability to make these basic units of sound. They are called phonemes. A word such as that has 3 phonemes. TH represents the first phoneme in th. Then A makes the short sound A, and T makes the T sound. All 3 together make the word that. Next, you need to be able to understand the meaning of words. A few examples. Think about prefixes and how a word can change its meaning, from tie your laces to untie your laces. And the understanding of verb tenses. For example, how to use past, present, and future tense. And then think about all the variations on rules with the English language. Walk changes to walked, but teach doesn't change to teached, but taught. Understanding the meaning of words is considered to be the basic building block of comprehension. In developing communication skills, you also need the ability to use words and sentences following the rules of grammar. To understand that I love walking in the rain is an acceptable sentence, but walking in the rain love I is not. As we all know, sometimes there's another level of meaning to words and phrases outside of their literal meaning. The classic example, the meaning of cool, and understanding the difference in the weather outside is cool today versus your new shoes are so cool. One final element of language development is our ability to communicate verbally and non-verbally in social situations. Once again, it's not all about the spoken word. Think about the importance of body language and eye contact. Consider how different your conversations are with the cashier at the grocery store versus your best friends. I have presented just a small fraction of the whole picture of language development. While I try not to focus on developmental delays, I think it is worth mentioning that delays in language development are more common than delays in other domains. Secondly, evaluating a child for language delay is also very challenging and requires very close observation. I say this because we so often don't appreciate the gift of language development. Let's be honest, once those first words are spoken, you really have to be paying attention to realize that growth is actually occurring. Growth is obviously happening with your child's communication skills, but it is such a gradual process. We need reminders that this type of amazing growth is happening with your child's communication skills. And my hope is that through this brief introduction into the speech and language domain, we can now realize how much goes into the development of your child's ability to communicate their needs and to comprehend what is being communicated to them. This is part of the journey where digging deeper can give you a new perspective for the road ahead. Now, tune in next week and you will see what the exciting new topic will be. Enjoy your week, and as always, remember to enjoy the journey.